Hi, this is AT. This is Marvin Eder, pound for pound the strongest man of the silver era of strength and fitness. I'm talking about the pre-steroid period from about 1945 through the early 60s. Eder is perhaps the strongest of any era, and certainly if you use a pound-for-pound basis. Determining strongest can be a problem. Does that title go to the man who performs one repetition of one single exercise, say the back lift, or must it be a single repetition for multiple exercises? What about the man who can beat records for one rep, but is not that great at doing multiple reps using a lower weight? Now, if you consider Eder's many record lifts for single and multiple repetitions for many different exercises, then he must be ranked among the strongest men overall, especially considering his low body weight. A few examples prove the point. Eder cleaned and pressed 330 pounds. He weighed 189 when he did it. And that was when heavyweight powerhouse Jim Bradford at the 1952 Olympics pressed only 308 pounds. Marvin Eder topped Jack LaLanne's parallel bar dips record. LaLanne did, listen to this, 1,000 repetitions, dips, in 20 minutes. But Eder did that 1,000 dips in 17 minutes. Not only that, Eder could do very heavy singles. He did repetition multiple dips with over 400 pounds hanging on his legs. How about the full squat with 300 pounds? What, you say? 300? That's not that much? Eder did it 50 times. Marvin Eder was first at his body weight to bench press over 500 pounds. Marvin Eder deadlifted 665 pounds, and that was, as he put it, an afterthought after a full workout. For youngsters during the silver era, Marvin Eder was a major inspiration. Not that any of us would ever approach his records, but he was an inspiration because he was one of the few then, and today, who trained always with the idea of improving in the multiple lifts, and who understood that both strength and physique improved only with heavier and heavier training. Marvin Eder is sadly not much remembered today, partly because of a war that took place between the two 1950s and 60s giants of physical culture. I'm talking about Bob Hoffman and Joe Weider, owners of the major publications in the field of strength and health and fitness. As a result of that competition, Eder was stripped of his amateur standing, reportedly because Bob Hoffman, a commanding influence in U.S. Olympic weightlifting, was unhappy that Eder appeared in Joe Weider's magazines. The result of all this was that Eder, in the early 1950s, quit competition right before he reached his peak. He was in his early 20s. But Marvin Eder did continue to appear in various magazines during the 1950s, displaying a near-perfect physique and performing superhuman strength feats, which inspired a generation of young men and informing them of proper and healthy training. Marvin Eder was, according to Leroy Colbert and others, adamantly opposed to steroid use. He refused to associate with the later freak show that overtook bodybuilding and power sports. Had Marvin Eder retained his amateur standing, he would have, in my opinion, won both the Mr. America title, at the time the pinnacle of physique competition, and he would have won the Olympic gold in 1956, lifting in the 198-pound class. Marvin Eder reigned during the pre-steroid age, with titans of strength and fitness, men who possessed God-given and not chemical attributes. Men like Paul Anderson, Roy Hilligan, John Grimmick, Reg Park, Norb Chemansky. The list goes on and on. I hope this video will inspire you and others to research Marvin Eder, whose name should appear first in any discussion of strength and fitness. Oh, a footnote, I spoke recently to Mr. Eder. He's still going as he approaches age 90. I'll fill you in on that in a video coming soon. This is E.T. Subscribe and hit that like button.